We can sit down. We can look and watch the bonfire. We're not in a wildfire. It's not, there's, and shit, even if I was, it could be chaotic all around me. I'm over here on my side. It's beautiful and it's peaceful. That's just not my problem. Hey guys, welcome back to Is It Tuesday podcast. I'm Cris Cavallari. If I'm being honest, this last week, although I made it, I would be lying if I said that the enemy has not tried to distract me, to throw a monkey wrench into my day, to slow me up, to make me question things that I'm supposed to be doing. And the fact of the matter is right now, because I'm a true Jamaican. I got 17 jobs, okay? I often think about this has been on my mind a lot. If I had that consistent, now we're not talking about y'all, because y'all support me more than I could ever imagine. I have been on every side of this game, okay? If I had the support in my physical life that I have with my community, it would make me feel like it's more, I could really get a lot more done. But I'm going to tell you something. That's where my mind had to shift, because I may not have that physical support of a co-parent. I may have, here and there where somebody, my grandparents ain't like they used to, but shout out to the ones that are, my mom or, my sister or somebody could help out for a few hours or maybe a day or, whatever. Excuse me, but it's not consistent. It's not consistent in a way where it's like, oh, on Mondays and Wednesdays, this person gets him. I want to just say, first and foremost, I'm so grateful to be in a position that I'm in, that I can enroll my son in summer camp. I can leave my business early because it's my business. No one's writing me up. Nothing's delayed. I'm always on time. I'm not always there when you call, Ashanti, okay? I still feel overwhelmed, even knowing the things that I know. But when I get to that place and when I start to feel myself going to that place where it's like, matter of fact, me and my son just went to see In and Out Part 2. If you could see that movie even if you don't have children. But just knowing that anxiety was trying to do this and joy was trying to do this in this movie. If you haven't seen In and Out, it's basically this little girl and, her system is like, her thoughts, fear, and all of these things are all in her body and they're taking over and they showing, go watch the movie. It was good. Especially for kids. But this part 2 was just showing like how anxiety was doing this, and joy had to learn a lesson that joy thought that it was just going to always be joy when all of these things are needed. I had to experience this side of, darkness, and I'm now experiencing the light side, and I have to make a choice. I got to make a choice every day not to go back and jump the fence to darkness because someone is doing something to distract. That is their purpose. That's the contract they signed up for. This person had signed it, and listen, and I signed one too. I signed up. And I made that decision when I was coming back, if y'all believe that or not, but we all have a soul contract that we are here to live out. And if you don't live it out, you're going to live it out in the next life and all this other stuff. I've defeated that. This is the 7th year and the contract is done. A spirit has been trying to stop me for however many lifetimes to get to this place of peace and joy. I've been purposely, trying to sabotage my purpose because it's greater. And this is the thing. We're going to stop thinking it's a person. It's a spirit and it takes many forms. It could just be anything. It could be a lot of things. But right now, what I'm realizing is as I get distracted or try to be distracted, I have the tools now to will myself back in. Like, wait a minute, you're tripping. This is what's going on. Something's greater's coming. You have to stay on course. You have to go through the wilderness. You can't get to the other side unless you go through it. And I've been fucking through it. I've been through it with betrayal with friendships. I've been through it in relationships. I've been through it in your family dynamic. I've been through it just like you. And I promise if you are watching this, this means that you're going to get through it too. It doesn't feel like it when you're in it. The enemy will continuously attack you because there's something in you to know that you are going to be okay because you were okay the last time. That is something to cry about. That is something to celebrate about. You're going to get through it. The odds are not like meant to like, oh yeah, they go, the weapons are going to form. They're not, there ain't nothing taking you out of here. What is for you is yours. I've had such a difficult time right now these last 2 weeks trying to record, trying to get orders out, trying to get, dinner ready, trying to pack a lunch. For fucking summer camp, we still got to pack lunch. You got to pack a lunch with snacks. You got to, and make dinner, and make breakfast. You got to do so many things. Like, there's a lot to do. And it can feel like you can't get it done. But that's because you don't have a strategy. Because anytime I'm delayed with something or anytime I can't get something done, I say, well, what was I doing with all that spare time I had? You could be driving and hear a song and get distracted. You could, anything can distract you, okay? I have a lot on my plate is full. My cup runneth over. But even if my plate is full, I don't have to eat it fast. I can take my time. That's also something that I thought about, when I was in school. I'm like, yo, if you put your fork down in between bites, drink some of your water, have conversations, peep the scene, just enjoy yourself, slow down when you're eating. Give yourself time to just, a lot of us have to, it's also, rest is healing. We're in a rush for something that is already predestined. We are racing someone else's idea of what you should be doing. And every time I'm sitting here and I'm like, I got so much to do. I'm like, wait, who said that? Who said that? I feel like Portia and them. Because I'm not I'm out of that. But you still got to remind yourself each and every time, like, wait a minute, you can relax. Is that confirmation that I need to relax? Hold on. Even when something is meant to distract you, it's really just identifying that, right? Because sometimes it feels like, oh my gosh, like, what am I gonna do? Nothing. You're gonna keep going. I'm grateful that the tears that I have now are like, they're like, I'd be like, dang, thank you, God. Like, how? There's so much to do. And I've been trying to be, to be completely honest, the contract that I have with this past life enemy that came back into this life as something else, and now we in a different we can talk about that at a different time. But even in that connection, in any connection, you have a choice. If that person is choosing the dark side, that's cool. You don't have to join them. You can really like I said, you can forfeit this whole thing and watch how God rolls them blessings. And it's been so difficult to accept that what you wanted it to be is never going to be. But what was beautiful about that is you're going to be put in a position where everything still gets handled and everything still gets done. You just have to make sure you're utilizing your time correctly. You just need to make sure that you're strategizing and you're planning and being strategic. It's that's why I said, like, even with Is It Tuesday, like, yeah, you can go on vacation and run away from your problems, and you can do this and you can do that, but when you get back home, they still gonna be there waiting for you. That's why I say now, Is It Tuesday? Most people look for the weekend. I don't give a damn what day it is. Every day I'm going to do what I gotta do. Every day I'm going to celebrate life. Every day I'm going to say, I'm happy I stayed that extra day. You may not get it all done today, but what Big Glow say? That's why I love tomorrow. Right? You just I hope a lot of people get paranoid because it's like, we don't know what tomorrow holds. We don't know what this. We don't have that much time. But that doesn't mean I'm going to race just because I don't know. Bitch, I'm gonna get tired. I'm gonna pace it. I'm gonna pace myself in my steps. I'm going to sit down and regroup, because a lot of us get on this hamster wheel because somebody told us, fuck that shit, go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it, go get it. When you getting it, when you gonna sit down and relax and say, oh my God, I can't, because that's what happened. You get burnt out and you're like, oh my God, wait a minute. We're no longer in survival. We're not in survival mode. We're not in the wilderness. We can sit down. We can look and watch the bonfire. We're not in a wildfire. It's not, and shit, even if I was, it could be chaotic all around me. I'm over here on my side. It's beautiful and it's peaceful. That's just not my problem. Do your part. You are the main character in your story. You can write a nigga out. You can write a friend. You can swap out all of that stuff. You have the power to change everything. Like, you literally can start fresh. Most of us think we got to keep going. You can say, wait a minute, I don't like this. I stopped this recording. I've recorded literally 6 times. And I'm thinking to myself, wait a minute. I could get up and say, stop, let me start over. I don't like this. Pull over, let me out. You're not stuck anywhere. You don't have to keep going on. Like, a lot of people make you feel bad for changing your mind. I know that because I wasn't as verbal, with what I was going through at that time, that it looked like I was inconsistent. It looked like I wasn't showing up. It looked like I was just laxy daisy. I was surviving. I was going through it. I was depressed. I was going through it. Like, how the fuck? And excuse me, because now I done said that. But this is the thing. You ask God one time, God, please get me out of this. I'll never do it again. Please just get. You got to think about that prayer that you prayed when you was at your lowest. And you got to keep your promise. And every time I look around, I said, you know what? This is only a result of me keeping my promise. God said, you do the work and I'm going to take care of you. And he has. God said, let them abandon you. I got you. Let them try to stop you. Here you go. You playing dodgeball with motherfuckers that just ain't giving up. They throwing monkey wrench after monkey wrench. And you gotta bob and weave. You have to really be so in tune with yourself. It's like, wait a minute now. If you have ever been depressed, you know one thing. It is easier to catch yourself than it is to get up once you're already down in that hole. It's hard. Now, I'm not a doctor and I can't say, oh, just doing this is going to stop you from getting depressed. But if you studied yourself enough, hey, this thing makes me feel this way. You know what? I need to start sleeping more, eating better, running, working out, like doing things that make me happy, that my inner child feels safe and secure with. I need to study my moon, and see how to nurture myself. I need to stop waiting for everybody else to take care of me and me take care of me. I may need to not go over there and do this for this person and do this. I got to give myself all the love and tender care, especially that little 7-year-old in you. And if you're a mom and you're watching this, and most of the people here, I think maybe parents, or if you're not, whatever, you got a niece, you got a godchild, you got something. When you start playing, this is what I feel. When I start playing with my son, and we're like in the house or we're at the arcade or we're swimming, sometimes I'm tired and I'll be like, child, I don't feel like it. And even though he not gonna let me not do that, I still gotta play. When I'm done playing, I just look at him, I say, thank you. You know why? Because I feel like My 7-year-old self was playing with his 7-year-old self. And not to shade anybody, but I don't remember having that relationship at 7 with my mother or my parent. I don't remember that. So I'm very present because, and if I'm not, he makes sure that I am, because then I'm like, oh, wow, I needed that. I needed that cry earlier. I needed to release that. Some of y'all ain't crying a long time because you think you look weak. You don't want to cry. Most people, when they cry, they hide their face. I used to do it too. Now I let it show, because what it is me being grateful. Wow. How did I get here? I kept going. Even with the monkey wrenches being thrown at me, even with a knife in my back, even with a turned cheek. Because what it showed me is who I could depend on is me and God. That's it. And that's not no shade. That's not no, yeah, because you ain't do this for me. Listen, people fighting their own battles. They fighting their own demons. I got mine on a leash. I'm walking the motherfuckers. They not controlling me no more. And they've controlled me for a long time. Fear, anxiety, depression, wanting to be accepted, wanting to tone it down so other people they don't feel intimidated. Baby, you're going to have to just get this work. I'm dummying it down for you to, child, please. They know the material. Icon, everything. They know the material. They know the material. When I get like this, it's really like I have to have this boost. And it's so crazy because I'll sit here and I'll literally look around and I'm like, how the fuck, when the fuck did this happen? I've been so focused and consistent that enemy he's been pecking at me. They will use what's closest to you, the thing that you value the most. Everything could go, but my children, now that I'm an adult mom, and I don't care what nobody say, there's a difference. There's a difference between a mom that is now independent and secure herself, financially stable, financially independent, because, listen, even if you, God forbid, you still in between some things, right? It's your mindset. It's turn off whatever shows you watching and figure out this plan. It's I remember I would go thrifting and I would find all the good shit. One thing about me, when it comes to thrifting, I could sell water to a well, okay? And that don't mean like hustle, man, like I'm gonna just give you bullshit. But what that means is a lot of y'all don't understand the game. A lot of us are sitting on money makers, and I don't mean your cooch, but a lot of us literally have so many ideas and things that come so naturally to you that you don't even know. Like, I study what people say to me. I study my compliments. I study when someone says, oh my God, I love your jewelry. Oh, I just want to know where the jewelry from. Where the jewelry from? 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 Y'all can't have my jewelry, but you can have my jewelry. This piece is mine. But because I know I have an eye for something, because I wait till someone is looking for something and consistently. See, this is the thing. One person asks you for a macaroni and cheese thing. Now you want to sell platters. That one person is not a demand for it. You have to really be for real and start listening. Girl, your hair look good. Oh, girl, I did it. I ain't gonna keep going to the hair salon. Oh, girl, your hair look good. Oh my God, can I get the number? Who did your braids? Oh, I did it. After a few times, you gotta be like, yeah, I'm working this 9 to 5, or yeah, I'm working this 3 to 11. I'm not a beautician, but I'm really great. Like, if people always thinking you paid to get something done and you really did it, you could sell it. If I got on this dress for this ain't $7, but if I got on a dress for $7 and I thrifted it and I spent my hard time, because I'm gonna tell you something, you could tell people, oh, I thrifted it. They could go to the thrift store. They're not gonna find what you find because you have the eye and they don't. They don't know what they're looking for. They don't know the art of thrifting and finding things and furniture. And, that is something that I'm so gifted with, but you think like it's just something extra. Baby, I will go to every great neighborhood. I will look for this. I will flip that $100 into $1,000. I will put that shit on Depop. I will put it on Facebook Marketplace. I will find it and I will flip it. It's so strange that we really don't understand that your gift does not have to be like, like we want it to be like, I solved, world hunger. Now, I'm not saying if you can, let's try, but it doesn't have to be on that extreme that we're, making a dent in the world. Like, honestly and truly, like, you don't understand that everything and everyone serves a purpose. So yeah, maybe you're looking at the next person like, oh, I should have been a brain surgeon, or I could have been doing this, baby. Or you could sell platters, or you could do hair, or you could do whatever you want to do, whatever comes natural to you. Every time I think about, like, for real, this is not being funny. Nothing that has left me in a state where I can't do something for myself. Now, do that mean you just want to keep going through that? No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is, when you realize that you are the savior in your life, what comes, what goes. Allow these things to just go the way that it's going to go. You ain't got to tell her, yeah, he missed out. Bitch, she know he missed out. Oh, yeah, don't, we not, listen, close it out in love. And it's hard. It's hard. But I don't want it to make my heart hard. I don't want to be so jaded by what somebody else did that it messes up my future and my blessings. My blessings got to come. So that's for you. When I die, guess what? Or when we transition, because, we live on forever. But when you go, I promise you, he not going to ask you no questions about me. He not. He'll ask you about you. I can sit here and honestly say, I'm still in awe. Like, this is my couch. That's mine. Oh, I've created this life. I'm a couple 2 weeks away from 40. And I actually am the lady I wanted to be, even after all of these things. I still got through it and I became her. You're her already. You are exactly who you envision yourself to be. Now, that's however you envision it. But I know now. And nobody wanted me to know. Nobody wants you to know. How would they know? Remember that? How would they know? They'll never know. How would they know? Because I did the mirror work. I cried it out. I thought about it. I prayed about it. I got up out of it. I moved when it was like time to move. I don't want it to be so loud in here that I can't hear when God say go. That's over. Let it go. It's still going to be things that come. It's still going to be times when you're like, oh my gosh, I got to do this. I got to do that. I got to do this. And it makes me think about when I'm carrying 18 things and I ask Goliath to just carry his one thing, his book bag or his drink. He's like, why do I have to carry everything? And I'm looking at him as my arms are about to fall off. And I said, because it's yours. Mommy has enough right now. You can hold that one thing. I need help. And it's so strange because with children, for real, and when you're a single mom, I can now see how these type of men are created. I can now see how certain things are created. We want to overcompensate for an absent parent. So we're doing everything and they're already having a rough time. So we're doing everything and they're going through so much and we're doing everything. We still got to have a balance. And if there's structure and balance with me, there's structure and balance at home. I have never had this much structure and balance in my life. And to think that I'll be closing out this chapter before I get to a whole new place, I am proud of me. I am proud to be entering 40 Club, letting all of that shit that I've been through, that I got through, that I've literally had to doggy pedal. If you doggy pedal in a pool for a minute, bitch, you feel like you about to die. You could be a great swimmer, but doggy paddling is hard. That's why when you take the swim test at the pool, they like make you do the lap. You good with the lap, but that doggy paddle for 30 seconds, you out of breath. You like, oh my God, I'm about to drown. You're not. You're not. You're not. I thank you guys so much for tuning in to Is It Tuesday podcast. Every day is Tuesday. Every day is a day to celebrate. Every day is a day to pour into yourself. You don't have to wait till the weekend. You don't have to wait till your birthday or special occasion. Every day that you get to wake up is a day that you get to head towards that life you envision for yourself. Don't let it pass you by. Thank you. I'll see you guys next week.